All right, well, welcome. My first live broadcast in a while. Hope everyone's doing well. The reason I'm doing this today will become clear in a few minutes, but I wanted to come on here first and talk to the people I talk to directly almost every day, and that's you, because I like you to hear these types of things from me personally. But in a few minutes, a press release will be going out detailing some of the things I'm going to talk about today. So part of the reason I want to tell you first is because I want you to hear first, but also I want you to hear it from me. So if you start seeing people spin some of these things different ways, you can help keep the record straight, because this is a bit nuanced, some of the things I'm going to say, and I know you're sophisticated enough and intelligent to sort of follow the bouncing ball here and why this announcement is being made this way on this auspicious date. But let me say first, as we sit here on the eve of the 25th anniversary of Mellon Collie, I'm very humbled. It's pretty amazing. I'm here in Chicago. I wrote this record, Mellon Collie and Infinite Sadness, in this city. As some of you know, I live on the lake. I literally wrote about being born on this lake, and let's not hope I die in this lake too, but I think you understand this is a significant date for all of us. To have made something that has endured and stood the test of time means a lot to us in the band. And so I just want to say it's amazing to me that we're all still here, and we can celebrate this moment together. So I want to thank you personally for your support and your love. Sometimes people misread my posture about my elder work. I'm very proud of my work. We worked very, very hard. Mellon Collie took about 8 months to do, and as you know, we were coming off of a crazy world tour, Lollapalooza and all that. It was a heady time for everyone, and I'm sure it was for many of you. And so very proud and very happy to celebrate this date with you. There's a little bit of a reason why I'm ahead of the date. Originally, what was going to happen today was going to happen on the date. But of course, with COVID and other things, it's kind of thrown things out of joint. So please just bear with me. I got to get through a couple things to get you the lay of the land of what we're up to. Okay, first off, one of the announcements that's coming out today is we're currently working on a 33-song album, which is actually a sequel to Mellon Collie and Infinite Sadness and Machina. When I've told people this privately, they kind of get off the rails and start going, oh, it's a sequel to Mellon Collie. No, it's a sequel to Mellon Collie and Machina. As many of you know, because you're the hardcore people in my world, you know that both of those records were written with a conceptual base. So this would be the third in the trilogy of stories involving a single character from zero to glass, and of course you'll find out who that third character is very soon. But we're currently at work at a 33-song opus. Basically, if you want to call it anything else, it's kind of a rock opera, and it's being written from the ground up as that. So we're already at work we already have all 33 of the songs. We're hard at work. I've been in the studio right now with Jimmy, kind of working out the drum stuff, and so today we were going to announce a couple of things, and one was that we are doing a sequel to those records. And so we're very proud to do that, because we feel like in many ways this completes the circle on everything we started and weren't able to finish at that time. So we're very excited about that. Now, many of you ask about Machina. We're currently mixing that record. So after many years, legal squabbles and stuff like that, that record is being mixed. I can tell you that the track listing for the final Machina record, I'm not talking about the extra tracks and the outtakes and all that stuff. I'm talking about the final track listing for Machina will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 51 songs. So the final Machina project will finally stand as whole as it can. There'll be a lot more information on that to come, but we're actually mixing that as we speak. So that's very exciting too. Also, on what would have been the 25th anniversary of Mellon Collie, we were going to announce that we were going to go out and do a Mellon Collie themed tour. Now, when I say that, people go in all sorts of different directions. One is, well, you said you were never going to do that. No, that's not true. I said I didn't want to go out and play the record. I always thought that was a bit strange, because records aren't made to be listened to live. My thing was always to create a night built around a certain period of music, and as you know, the Mellon Collie period was very rich for us. I think we released something along the neighborhood of 56 to 57 songs, maybe even more, depending on who you ask. But between Aeroplane Flies High and the Mellon Collie itself, those were 56 songs alone. And so the plan is to, and we were going to announce It's a little weird to announce an announcement, but at the end of the day, I think it all goes together because I want you to understand sort of everything that's in motion. So when we do go out and tour next, we will go out and do a very full-on arena, bells and whistles, like if anybody saw the Shiny tour. It'd be full production, have a narrative arc, which would kind of tell some of the backstory of the Mellon Collie album, but also delve into deep cuts and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of a celebration of the Mellon Collie time. So please help correct that as soon as you see people going in the direction thinking we're just going to go and play the record. That would never be our intention. And if we ever do that for any of the other albums, which we've also talked about doing that for Machina as well, obviously with the conceptual base, but even something like Siamese Dream, we've explored the idea. It would be to celebrate the time and the period of writing and stuff like that. It wouldn't just be go out and play the record. So we were going to announce that. So that's very exciting because we're certainly ready to do that whenever things start to loosen up. As you know, COVID is still a tricky thing for everyone, and I feel for anybody dealing with that. It certainly impacted our world. And so my prayers go out to everybody on that. So hopefully when this starts to clear up and things get a little clearer in the entertainment and touring business, we'll be able to announce that. But that'll be as soon as possible. And unfortunately, we were going to be announcing literally what we were going to do today or tomorrow or something like that. So that's also happening. As you know, we have a 20-song album coming out, Seer. That's coming out really soon, I think 3-4 weeks. And there's more songs coming and all that stuff. Make sure you see the animated series. A lot of people are enjoying that. That's good fun. Let's see. Oh, we're also working on another album, which is Volume 3 of The Shiny. Seer is Volume 2. There's a Volume 3 that we're at work at. It's about 75% done. But Volume 3 would follow the Mellon Collie Machina sequel record. Originally it was going to be in a different order, but we've changed our mind on that. So we're very hard at work at finishing the sequel album first. As yet unnamed, but yeah, so the Psych record is also still being worked on. In fact, as soon as I get through with Jimmy on the drum stuff that we're working on now, I'm going to go back to work on the Volume 3 record. So basically we're working on, if you want to do the math, we're working on something in the neighborhood of 46 songs at the same time. I think the Volume 3 record ultimately will be 10 songs, as I've said a few times on Instagram. Yeah, and that sort of covers the general points. Jimmy and I will be with Daniel P. Carter tomorrow on an interview. I wish I could point you the right direction, but there's information on Pumpkin Socials on how you can listen in. I also think we're taking questions and stuff like that, so I hope you can participate on that, because obviously we'll do a little bit of a deep dive on Mellon Collie history, and now that I've announced this stuff, we can probably explore some of that too, about what the thinking is behind doing a sequel record, and then a tour that will celebrate. My dream, as I've said to the band internally, is that we will ultimately be able to stage all 3 albums as a show. You call it Broadway, you call it full production, whatever you want. So my dream is that we will be able to do a Mellon Collie show, full production, a Machina show, full production, and then ultimately what will be the album that we're working on now, which will be like kind of a living film. Shiny kind of hinted at that, and there was a loose a narrative conception there, but more so about the return of the Zero character as opposed to any kind of story. These would be more like a kind of a living film that the band would be playing the soundtrack to. And hopefully, as I've talked about internally, we would also have special guests, which would be a great joy to bring out different great singers and other musical artists to join us on celebrating these works if and when we get there. So my blessings to you. Thank you for being with me on this auspicious date. We're almost there, but I'm jumping the gun. I just wanted you to hear it from me first. And so when you see people backspinning the stories different ways, you'll know the truth. You heard it straight from the pony's mouth. God bless. Talk to you soon. And any questions you have to follow up next time I open up Instagram. Maybe I'll do a kind of a specific question answer just on the information I give you today, so we can illuminate. Because oftentimes your questions really help me understand, or maybe my messaging or what I want to share with you isn't as clear as I'd like it to be. But last thing, blessings to everyone. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. It's a great time in my life personally, great family, great friends, and we're hard at work. We've at least used this time to work hard, and so hopefully you'll all celebrate with us the fruits of those labors when they come. And don't forget, Seer coming very soon, 20 songs, and your support on this new music has been incredible. It's really lifting our spirits and is making us work even harder. And I'd say this is working as hard now as we've ever worked, and I think that says something all these years in. And so that's our greatest testament to your support and the work that we've done, is to keep working hard. So God bless. Talk to you soon. Now, how do I get out of this thing?